those students who find summer writing to be difficult? Well, look no further. The solution is here.
Hey everyone, and welcome again to my channel English One-on-One, where we will be providing you with pertinent information as to how you can get your distinction. Summer writing can be viewed or seen as a mammoth task. However, there is a guiding principle that you can apply that will ensure that you write effective summaries for your examination.
Read the entire extract given or passage given without searching for main points. Sound absurd, right? So when you read the entire extract without searching for main points, this is what it does. It gives you an idea as to the writer's intention.
Let's read. Read the following extract carefully and then write a summary of it in not more than 120 words and as far as possible in your own words. Your summary must be in continuous prose and in paragraph form. If this limit is exceeded, only the first 120 words of your answer will be read and assessed. People generally take the brain and its function for granted, especially in the first 40 years of life. Even though the brain is considered to be one of the most important organs in the human body, we don't pay much attention to keeping it fit and healthy. This is understandable situation since life usually forces us to be active on many levels in our younger years. But we need to pay more careful attention to brain health, especially in light of the demands of modern life. Generally, when people think about staying fit, they only focus from the neck down. However, the health of your body should include your brain. A healthy brain plays a crucial role in almost everything you do. Thinking, feeling, remembering, working, playing, and even sleeping. Improving your brain's health can protect you from dementia, increase your memory, and sharpen your concentration. There is much that can be done to keep the brain healthy at any age. Lists widely offered include simple and even fun things, like brushing your teeth with the unfamiliar hand, or showering in the dark, walking and gardening, all of which are low and or free of cost. Recommended routines include physical activity, which increases the flow of the blood to the brain, maintaining social contacts, and having intelligent conversations. Sleeping well. On the other hand, there is a list of things to avoid. Examples from that list include that you should be careful not to drink to excess. You should not ignore any changes in your physical or mental health. Try not to be isolated in your home and certainly do not entertain the idea that you are too old to take up something new. The most outstanding of all recommendations is physical activity. Physical activity is one of the best ways to promote the growth of new brain cells and to keep the body healthy. Exercise increases levels of brain chemicals that encourage the growth of nerve cells, and this explains to some extent why aerobic activity enhances memory skills and why moderately strenuous activity is strongly associated with successful brain aging. An interesting form of physical activity is dance. Learning a dance can nourish brain cells, which translate to cognitive skills in the real world. And dancing requires twists and turns that strengthen the brain connections. There's always a caution attached that you must use common sense when increasing physical activity. Extra care is necessary when you have not exercised for a long time, and it is very important to consult with your doctor or health care provider before starting an exercise program or increasing your activity. Keeping your brain healthy, the Barbados Advocate, October 4, 2009, page 26. Are you able to identify the writer's intention? Let's see. If you have guessed that the writer's intention is to inform us that the brain, though it is an essential organ, is often taken for granted. Despite this fact, he or she, the writer, highlights various ways we can keep the brain healthy. Then you are on the right path. Well done. Now, the second step in the summer writing process is to reread. Now, this second reading is the more analytical or crucial reading. In this reading, you are going to look for all the salient or main points in each paragraph. Let's see if we can achieve this. Readings, we would have discovered that one of the main points is that people generally take the brain and its function for granted, especially in the first 40 years of life, is not relevant. Okay, so we would omit especially in the first 40 years of life, but people generally take the brain and its function for granted would be main point number one. The brain is considered to be one of the most important organs in the human body. Point number two, right? We do not pay much attention to keeping it fit and healthy. Right? Point number three. However, remember, we are not supposed to use negative terms, hence, we are going to change all the negative terms into positive ones. Point number four, a healthy brain plays a crucial role in almost everything you do. That is important. But the thinking, feeling, remembering, working, playing, and even sleeping, that is not relevant, and because those would be giving off examples or illustration. Right? Good. Improving your brain's health can protect you from dementia, increase your memory, and sharpen your concentration. That is also important. So, in the first paragraph, we saw that there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 main points there. Okay, right? Good. Or salient points. Let's look at the second paragraph. In the second paragraph, there is much that can be done to keep the brain healthy at any age. That's the first salient point in the second paragraph. All of which are low and are cost effective. That's the second main point in the second paragraph. Okay, good. Physical activity, which increases the flow of the brain, maintaining social contact, and having intelligent conversation and sleeping well. Those are all relevant points. Okay, good, right? And of course, you should be careful not to drink in excess. Is also relevant. But again, you're going to change the negative terms into positive one. Then you also have you should not ignore any changes in your physical or mental health. That is also relevant. So in that second paragraph, there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again main points. Okay, good. And let's look at the third paragraph. In the third paragraph, it says physical activity is one of the best ways to promote the growth of new brain cells and to keep the brain healthy. That is also relevant or important. Learning a dance can nourish brain cells, which translate to cognitive skills in the real world, and dancing requires twists and turns that strengthen the brain connectivity. That is also relevant. So we realize that in that third paragraph, paragraph, there are actually two main points or salient points that we needed to pull from that. Okay, good, right? And then in the last paragraph, it says here, it is very important to consult your doctor or healthcare provider before starting an exercise program or increasing your activity. Were you able to identify all of these salient or our main points? If you were, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you. When writing your summary, it is important that you avoid the use of negative terms. Words such as not, no, cannot, could not, should not, was not, have not, doesn't. All these negative terms must be changed or transformed into positive one. So if you say not able, you'd use the word unable. Your summaries, you should avoid the use of statistical data. Percentage numbers must never be included in your summaries. You should also avoid the following when writing your summaries. The giving of examples. Examples for the open summary is not allowed. Inserting illustrations or analogies. Giving opinions. Giving suggestions or making recommendations. Recommendations should only be included if you are told or asked to do so. Involves jotting down the main points in your own words as much as possible. Though students are able to identify the main points at times for summary writing, they are not able to put these main points in their own words, and this is where you will lose marks. So it's important therefore that you put the summary, you write the summary, these main points in your own words as much as possible. Let's examine the list of the main points in the sample summary given. 1. The brain is often ignored by people. 2. The brain is an essential organ, however, little emphasis is placed on keeping it healthy. 3. More attention needs to be placed on the brain's health. 4. A healthy brain plays a crucial role in everything we do, or a healthy brain plays a crucial role in our daily lives. 5. Improving the brain's health protect us from dementia, increase memory, sharpen your concentration. 6. Many cost-effective ways of keeping the brain healthy. 7. Avoid drinking excessively. 8. Be cognizant or aware of any altercation or change in mental or physical state. 9. Socialize or interact with others. 10. Engage in physical activity. 11. Physical activity is one of the best ways of promoting new brain cells. 12. Learning a dance can nourish brain cells. 13. Before engaging in physical activity, consult a physician. Step number 4. Group your main points using transitional expressions. Discovered when jotting down your main points that there are some points that can be grouped. Take for instance, idea point number 1 and point number 2. The brain is often ignored by people or individuals. And number 2 says the brain is an essential organ, however, little emphasis is placed on keeping it healthy. So we realize that those 2 points here could have been grouped or combined, right? And we could say that the brain, although an essential organ, is often ignored by individuals. Hence, little emphasis is placed on keeping it healthy. Right? So you see there are different ways. Or you could have stated that the brain, which is an essential organ, is often ignored by individuals. All right, good. And then you look at point number 3 and 4. More attention needs to be placed on the brain's health. A healthy brain plays a crucial role in almost everything in our daily lives. Realize that those two information as well could have been combined. Okay, and then improving the brain's health protect us from dementia, increase memory, sharpen our concentration. And then we see here many cost-effective ways. So we know that cost-effective ways were outlined, and that could have been in a paragraph by itself. Avoid drinking excessively. Be cognizant or aware of any alteration or change in your mental or physical state. Socialize or interact with others. Those were stated in the extract, and we know that these are all the cost effective ways. Engage in physical activity. Physical activity is one of the best ways of promoting new brain cells. Learning a dance can nourish brain cells. And before engaging in physical activity, consult a doctor. So all the information which it pertains to physical activity could have been grouped together, and so that's how you see it right there. And so when you jot down your main points in your examination, you must find a way of grouping the main points, okay, right? Information that of course can be combined in various ways, whether it's expressing a similar idea or expressing a contrast. Just remember that, okay? That's an important tip for you to remember. Trust that you have found it beneficial. If you have, let me know in the comment section below.
After you have grouped your main ideas using transitional expressions, then you are to write the summary in your own words as much as possible.
Which is an essential organ in the human body, is often ignored, even though a healthy brain plays a vital role in our daily lives. Very little emphasis is placed on keeping it healthy. A healthy brain not only protects us from dementia, or you could have said mental illnesses, but it also increases our memory and enhances our concentration. There are many inexpensive ways we can keep our brain healthy in order to promote and nourish new brain cells. We can engage in physical activities, but before we do so, we must consult a physician. In addition, we can socialize or interact with others and learn something different. It is also important that we avoid drinking excessively and note any alteration in our physical and mental state. In order to write clear, concise, and coherent summaries, students must be conscious or aware of what is known as transitional expressions. Now, transitional expressions are called connectives, and these are the words or phrases that help to connect words, phrases, and sentences. And these, of course, would allow the summary to flow seamlessly. Were you able to identify any transitional expression used in the passage? The sample summary given? The in the sample summary are as follows. Even though not only but also. Note the not only must be followed by but also within this given sentence. In order, but, in addition, also, and. Were you able to identify all of these transitional expressions? If you were, go ahead and pat yourself on the shoulders. Well done. Yearly, CXC complains about students' misuse of transitional expressions. Students at this stage, you are to remember that there are different transitional expressions. You are to know the different expressions, and you must also realize that they have different functions or roles or purpose that they perform. Now, in this summary, the sample summary given, you would have observed that their transitional expression, the one function was to express a similar idea. Now, for you students who are you're going to be sitting an examination soon, you would have realized that transitional expressions that express similar ideas are like similarly, in the same way, also, in addition, one as well as, right? And you can think of others. And if you are able to think of these, please share them in the comment section so that other students may benefit from your responses. Okay, to show or to express contrast, right? Good. And you would have picked up some of them that were used in the sample summary given, right? So on the other hand, though, although, yet, while, on the contrary, but however, right? And I'm sure you're able to think about you're able to give other examples of, that would show contrast, aren't you? Right, good. And to show the result of, no, as a result of, consequently, thus, therefore, hence. These are some of the transitional expressions that shows result. Now to show time, so you'd say presently, currently, formerly, now, at this moment, in the past, previously, firstly, secondly, thirdly, lastly, etc. Okay, good. Now, to give examples, which you know you're not to do when writing your open summary, you're not supposed to give examples. But if you are required to do a task-driven summary, then you can, of course, insert examples. So you can use words like, for example, an example of this is, such as, an illustration of this is. That is only for the task given summary, where they give you a passage and they may ask you to write a letter, or they may ask you to write a report on something, right? Those are task given summary. But for CXC, we know that CXC tend to give you what is known as the open summary, where they give you a passage or an extract, and they will ask you to summarize this extract in your own words. Extract should be written in paragraph form, right? Yeah, and in continuous prose. Now for those, we know that those are the open summary, and examples, the giving of examples must be omitted from that type of summary. Okay, students, and so it is important, therefore, that you read carefully the given instruction, determine whether or not it is a task given summary or an open summary. Task given summaries, they usually state it, summarize in 110 or 120 words. So I'm sure that you are well prepared now. And for more information regarding transitional expression, I will place something in the description link below. Okay?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. The sixth and final step is to edit your work. Edit your work!
Is very important and can never be overemphasized. When you edit your work, what are you really looking out for? One, you are going to ensure that there are no misspelled words in your summary. And two, the subject and verb are in agreement. The verb must be in agreement with its subject. And three, you're going to look out for any inappropriate use of punctuation marks. Four, you're going to ensure also that there are no run-on sentences in your summary, and you are going to ensure that you avoid any misplaced and dangled modifiers. For more information on these topics, check the description box where you can find link for misplaced and dangling modifiers, subject and verb agreement, and of course, paragraphing. I trust that you found this information beneficial.
For the past 3 to 5 years now, CXE has changed how they allocate marks for the summary. 5 marks is given for the identification of the 5 main points. What my suggestion to my students, or students in general, is that write your summaries, right, first, and then pull from your summary those 5 main points. When you do the maths, you would have discovered that it is more beneficial for you to write the summary and then pull from the written summary your 5 main points, right? Because the summary is worth 20 marks and the main points is worth merely 5 marks. And in addition to that, you have to ensure that the main points that you incorporate should also be in the summary that is written. So it will be ideal if you write the summary first and then pull from the written summary your 5 main points.
Let's read the entire extract or passage without searching for main points. Now, this first reading will give you an idea as to the writer's intention. Once you have identified the writer's intention, right, it's easier for you to identify the main points that supports the intention. Okay, good. The second step is for you to reread the entire extract again, all right, and identify all the main points within each paragraph, right? Then, of course, after you have done that, then you're going to jot down or list all of these main points in your own words as much as possible. Then you're going to group main points using transitional expressions or connectives. Then, of course, you're going to write your summary within the given word limit. Okay? Edit written summary, right? Remember, edit your work, right? Edit written summary and pull from this given summary now your five main points. Okay, your five main points you can pull from the summary that you have written, the main points. Okay, and that of course is more beneficial to you. I trust that you have found this information beneficial. If you have, remember to like, share, tell a friend, and as to how to write effective summaries, you may check out my book, Tackling Summer Writing and Persuasive Writing for CSEC English. For information regarding how you can get a copy of this book, please check the description box below where a link will be provided for you as to how you can get a copy of this book, Tackling Summer Writing and Persuasive Writing for CSEC English. I trust that you will find information in this book very relevant, right, and useful. And I know that if you apply the principles that are outlined in this book, you will get your distinction. God bless you. All the best to you again in your upcoming examination. Encourage you students to work hard. Genuine success comes from working hard. An appreciation of success comes from knowing that you did all that was necessary to get the success that you desire, that you deserve. Use what you have and do not think about what you don't have. Note whether a coal stove or a gas stove or an electric stove, the goal of a well cooked meal will be accomplished if you have the right ingredients. That is okay. Similarly, students who may not have all the fancy gadgets or private tutors can still take comfort in knowing that they can accomplish their goal of getting their distinction by putting in the necessary work. So work hard and you will receive your reward. God bless you.
Yes. CSEC students, I wish you all the best in your CXCs. Hope all of you pass. Okay, Meadowbrook students, I wish you all the best in your upcoming CSEC examinations, and God bless you.
All the very best students in your upcoming examination. I know you've got this. It's in the bag, right? Your distinction is within reach. And so, all the very best to you in your upcoming CSEC examination, and God bless you all. Thanks for viewing, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing.